Hi folks, and welcome to our fall flavors episodes. This is day one and we are going to be starting off by making a delicious apple pie bread pudding, and we're going to serve this up with a homemade caramel sauce and butterscotch ice cream. In the coming weeks you can look out for a lot of fall flavors that you can use for Thanksgiving and even Christmas. Let's begin to make our delicious bread pudding. In this recipe, I am using some Granny Smith's apple. I'm going to be using 4 apples in this recipe. You want to peel the apples and dice them small into 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch dices. If you don't have Granny Smith's apples, Gala apples or Honeycrisp apples will definitely work. You want to peel your Honeycrisp apple, and we're going to go through with the same pattern as we did with the Granny Smith's apple. Dice them into 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch dices, and we're going to add them to a bowl of water. To a saucepan, we're going to go in with some unsalted butter, and I will leave the entire recipe in the description box with the amount. And I'm not just going to melt the butter, but I'm going to brown the butter and allow all the milk particles to get nice caramelized and nutty flavors. In goes some brown sugar, and I'm going to mix this for about 30 seconds before starting adding some cinnamon to this. What is an apple pie filling without cinnamon? So we want to mix this in with the sugar and allow everything to become nice and harmoniously together. Next up, we're going to add our apples to this, and we are going to be using about 6 to 8 cups of apples in this recipe. We are not going to be adding any liquids to this because we are going to be relying on the juices from the apple to create our beautiful apple sauce. Coat everything, and once coated, we're going to cover it over and allow it to sit there for about 8 to 10 minutes. We have some nice juices going, and we're going to add some vanilla and just 2 pinches of salt. Mix it up. Make sure it tastes amazing, and then we're going to go ahead and thicken this up with 1 tablespoon of water and 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. Mix this and allow it to get thickened for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we're going to turn off the stove, allow it to cool, and let's get on to making our bread pudding. I am using 1 loaf of homemade white bread, and you can find this in the description box, and this bread is overnight. I will leave all my bread recipes in the description box that you can explore. Slice them into 1/2 inch slices, and we're going to cut them into 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch cubes, and we're going to try to match the apples that we chopped earlier. If it's your first time on the channel, comment below and let me know where you are watching from. And I know I have a lot of commenters from all over the world, and maybe it might just be my first time hearing about your country. So comment below and let me know. So we are done with our nice dices of bread, and we're going to pour this into a dish, spread it out, and from here we're going to go ahead and make our amazing custard. I'm going in with 3 eggs in a bowl, 1.5 cups of heavy cream, or you can use evaporated milk, a tablespoon of vanilla, and 1 tablespoon of mixed spice. In goes some brown sugar and 2 pinches of salt to balance the sweetness. We're going to whisk this until it's come together and all the spices are incorporated. In a bowl I have the apples from our apple pie filling, but I reserved the sauce and a few pieces of apples for later. So you want to pour these over the bread and allow the juices to start sinking so that when we pour our custard, it takes up the flavor of the apples and we have the flavor of the custard happening. We're gonna go in with our custard now. You wanna spread it out and then you're gonna go in with your amazing custard. I will definitely be doing a recipe for the persons who do not consume eggs shortly. Be on the lookout for that. Keep mixing because you want to get all the sugars in and you want to slowly drizzle it over the bread and allow the flavors of the apple pie filling and the custard to marry and allow the bread to soak up all these flavors because we did not put a lot of custard into this, and I will show you why. Press it and allow the bread to soak up as much of the custard as possible and marry with the apple pie filling. Once this is done, we're going to take the juices from earlier and we're going to pour it over the top with some of our apple pieces. Isn't this just amazing? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, give this video a subscribe. And if you see the hype button on the screen, you want to press the hype button, comment below, like the video, and share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to bake this for about 45 minutes to 1 hour at 360 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And once this is done, you want to cool it for about 45 minutes. And then you want to enjoy a nice warm piece of apple pie bread pudding. If you think you're going to try this recipe, let me know in the comment section. This is nice and warming and it's good for Christmas, it's good for Thanksgiving, and any other day that you choose. Put it on a plate and we're going to serve this over some homemade caramel sauce, which you can find the recipe in the description box. You want to give it a really nice drizzle. It's not too sweet. The apple pie bread pudding is not too sweet. And you want to top it with some butterscotch ice cream. And the reason why I did not add a lot of sugar is because I knew I'm going to top this over with some butterscotch ice cream and our drizzle of homemade caramel sauce. Here you have it. Thank you for watching, and you are invited to check out some more of my other recipe videos and be on the lookout for the entire fall episode. See you in the next video.